of the special classes I was in and being made fun of by even my own family. So yeah, that was awesome for
My
like.
brother got an ulcer when he did it. I quit
That was
halfway
for
through. I was
elementary
like,
school and middle school, and then I have an IQ of 142.
Math, we're live.
But IQ tests aren't. But again, see white supremacist hegemony. But it doesn't take away the fact that within that hegemony, I tested like really, really well.
There you go. And now we know. Where's
Are we
Michael?
live?
yes.
Where did
But we
Michael
lost
go?
Michael, who usually reads the.
Yeah, I know. He's here. Okay. His thumb.
Michael, you had one job as the hero of the story.
The main character. He can't just leave.
Can't start.
Sometimes the main character gets cold. And
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Hi,
I don't know what cold is.
dying.
I'm over here. It's
about
like
ready to show boobs. I'm so
It was
hot.
56 degrees today.
I'm
See,
sweating.
anyone might notice a few things if they're tuning into the stream as like a recurring, viewer. One, we're on a different channel, I think.
allegedly.
Two,
Where are
my
we?
surroundings are totally different. I am not in Wisconsin right now. I am in Missouri, and it was 86 today, and that was fun. I am an Arctic creature, and I didn't like that. I think we need to do something about this Daystar business, and like get rid of it somehow.
I'll trade you 86 for 98.
It was
I'll take
so
the 86 for you.
why would I want a worse thing when I was already complaining about like 86 degrees? Yeah, like why would I want like 86 and a tornado warning or something? Like I don't want that. Yeah, that was gross. It was bad. And then I was programming a panel today, and I used my local zip code just out of reflex so I could see the weather at home. And it was like foggy and 52, and I was like, oh, the perfect weather. So like all day in my little special training course that has me, absconding from my home state to Missouri, was taunting me about how great the weather was back home for once. Foggy and 51. Like if I run a chance of Pyramid Head killing me, the weather is appropriate. Like,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys and your weather complaints. I live in consistently 100 degrees plus weather, and you know what? Too bad for you. I have no compassion here.
I'll get there in a few weeks.
But hi everyone, welcome to Vampire.
Well, yeah, Vampire. Vampire.
Vampire.
Right?
We've been away for a little bit.
That's not living.
Vampire, sweaty.
I already have.
That's not. There we go.
I haven't truly lived in like 10 years, so I don't want to discuss that.
That's horrible.
Vampire bullshit.
Not
Let's go.
living. Yeah, look at that segue. We're on episode adventure
21.
session. Yeah, 21.
Season 2, episode 2.
Yeah, with the aptly named "We've Got a Big Mess on Our Hand." Yeah, I respect it. Both the punk reference and apt nature of the title. So, did we lose?
We made a mess.
Michael or
no?
Michael's here, so I'm just not seeing him. God damn it. Well, while someone reads the content warning, I'm going to refresh and hope that I come back. So,
Michael, read the content warning.
See y'all shortly.
Yes, ma'am. The following show takes place in the world of darkness and explores narratives of personal horror. This story is a work of fiction and is not official World of Darkness material. Many of the themes are portrayed from a place of empathy, but may be uncomfortable to some listeners. Episodes may contain coarse language, sexual content, mental and emotional abuse, violence, mental illness, and blood. And nacho cheese. Viewer discretion is advised. Portions of the materials are the copyright and trademarks of Paradox Interactive AB and are used with permission. All rights reserved. For more information, please visit worldofdarkness.com. Thank you for watching Endless Elegy. We hope you've enjoyed the story thus far and invite you to like, follow, and subscribe on Twitch or your favorite player. By doing this, you'll help support the show and get updates when our next episode goes live. If you'd like to be a part of our community, you can follow us on Twitter and join our Discord. All links are in the show notes on our new temporary channel.
No one Cantabot tonight, but that's not my problem.
There is a Discord, but it's not your Discord, homie. So I mean, I can hold on. We can just hold on
because yeah.
There we go. You can go to my Discord.
There we go.
They will be in the show notes
for
on
YouTube.
Want to be part of the cat tree and praise our Lord and Savior Nick Furry? I mean, how do I do that? Nice. I'm sensing tonight is going to be fantastic.
It's going to be great.
Hopefully, like really important people show up to watch this episode when I am definitely not on my A, B, or even C game tonight. So,
exactly.
Buddy.
All right. So who's going to give a summary of what happened last time? I know what happened for Ashley.
They did.
Everybody's
so
dead.
much murder.
Yeah, everyone's dead.
We murdered so many First Light dudes that
First day, last day,
humanity.
All over Sasha.
Oh shit! Yo!
That's right.
Can we talk about that 9 humanity? What the actual fuck?
I can digest food now.
Oh yeah, Rory did some gay shit in the Dreamscape.
True. Very gay.
Yeah.
I got 9
Borderline
humanity.
homosexual.
See,
Be gay,
bisexuality.
raise humanity.
Yeah. See, bisexuality is factually better than I don't know, monosexuality. I don't know. So like you get many bonuses. There you go.
Michael somehow got 9 humanity, and his girlfriend somehow got covered in buckets of blood.
And Ashley may have started a turf war.
I mean, there's like a metaphor for life in there. You know, one of you, when you achieve 9 humanity, your partner gets covered in buckets of blood. It's a lot
First
like
day and last day.
So we have to test the theory. We can get Sasha up to 9 humanity and see if I also get covered in blood.
No, it goes down. You know what?
That
It's
would be
not
science.
partnerships.
Yeah.
It's part of the coterie bonding experience. Somebody
Yeah,
else in the coterie gets-
incidentally, if Sasha hits 2 humanity, you get covered in buckets of shit. So
She's still at 7. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, Ashley's the closest one to 2.
God.
I don't know. Sasha might be on like starting to speed run that shit.
Every 2 sessions, Sasha's murdering people. Don't get too attached to that humanity.
She does not always go murdering, but when she does, she murders hard.
Oh yeah.
Go big or go home, homies.
Okay, so we covered dream gay stuff. We covered lots of violence.
Someone can go ahead and do that while I try to make a death slam into a
Ashley has a new
oh yeah, the ghoul problem.
Ashley has a new ghoul. Because why not? And yeah.
No, can't happen. I tried.
And when Ashley has a problem, she turns it into a ghoul.
I mean,
Also, metaphor for life in there.
Look.
So, all that happened, And did we mention the most important part that like First Light attacked?
Yeah, we mentioned
we
that.
killed them all. We opened with that.
Yeah, we opened with that.
Okay.
Attacked, died in droves. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I assumed that taking this trip, like running and streaming tonight, would just work out. Because of course it will, right? Like that's the type of human I am. Terrible at planning, but a lot of fun at a party because of my spontaneity and such. And then I realized my notes are at home.
It's okay. Hotel notebook.
So
We're
whatever
driving-
great machinations I
driving
had
the bus.
may or
We're
may
dri-
not change, and we're just gonna roll with it because I mean, let's be
driving
honest,
this
I
bus now.
improv everything anyway.
We're driving this bus now.
Yeah,
Shelley,
we're driving.
it's on
Yeah,
Shelley's
I'm driving the boat.
All right, Kelly, you're now the ST. You're the ST now. Look at
So,
me. I'm the ST now.
what do I have to roll to find Dante?
Well,
Streetwise and was it intelligence probably.
You
Well,
mean the two things
well,
Sasha
intelligence
is
is
in
good.
very low supply of? Intelligence and streetwise?
All of that makes a lot of sense. All right, so
set the scene for us, dear fearless leader.
You could call Annabelle.
all right, so
I do have that thing. I can do that thing. Is that once per story?
using
Once
my
per
phone
adventure?
like all of the books and my dice roll and stuff like that. So this will definitely work out. So you sort of cleaned up Carrie style the sort of first incursion of First Lighters. You also sort of attacked these, or rather disposed of these experimental like sort of like tech ninjas that First Light had. Yeah. Definitely not stealing iconography from Shinra. And they have their two like sort of like SWAT style, like a vehicle that's rather familiar to Sasha actually. At least the rear interior is pretty familiar to
It's
her.
a fan.
Yeah, they're the like the sort of like like what is it, Cintas, or like your local private private security truck, bank truck, it looks kind of like that, to where it would be rather innocuous if it were driving down the street. You might, hey, this thing's going to go and drop off some coin for a bank or go swap out some crap at an ATM, right? Like pretty innocuous enough.
To stick a whole ass motorcycle in the back of it?
I'm trying to think of the dimensions on one of those. Probably.
It's
like
a
a
big ass truck, right?
Full-size bike, not like a full size like hog or anything like that, but yeah, like a
not
crotch
a hog,
rock.
but like because that Sasha's
Yeah.
not about to drive her motorcycle fully covered in blood. I do have a question.
I might have
possible to search these dead dudes for a key to this truck? People?
Yeah. I'm gonna have you roll an intelligence investigation, not as a pass fail, more as a timeline, okay? Because some stuff's about to happen.
This is great. Oh shoot, what's my hunger? Oh, this is great. I'm just rolling hunger dice. This is terrible. Actually, can I rouse for more dice? Because this is terrible. Can I argue awareness?
I mean, investigation is pretty explicitly searching.
Okay, that's fair. I'm gonna rouse the blood for for more dice though. For
like awareness is sort of like, I mean, I guess I'd allow an awareness, but like I'm guaranteeing you investigation. Does that make sense? Like I'd allow you an awareness and that will become a pass fail.
Sure.
And now I lost Anne. Hang on, I gotta there you are.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
I'd allow an awareness, but the awareness would be a pass fail since that is kind of a cursory glance.
Okay.
The investigation is guaranteed. It's just a matter of how long. So
Okay.
I'll it's your call if you want to like gamble with awareness.
I'm at 3 hunger, but I did roll for some extra dice.
Okay.
A blood surge. Okay. Can I use heightened senses for this?
Hang on a second. I'll allow you to use half your aspect dice.
Fantastic. Is that rounded down? I assume it's rounded. I assume it's rounded down, right? Half rounded down. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do this.
And I didn't hear if you were using investigation or awareness.
I'm using investigation.
Okay.
3 successes.
Okay. It's going to take you in so many terms approximately two-ish rounds to find them. You're like flipping over bodies. There's a lot of blood. There are body parts separated from their original owners and stuff like that. This is a massacre. This is an onslaught. So you're actually finding them relatively quickly, all things considered.
Just tossing limbs everywhere. There's ew. I just ate that. That's fine. And she eventually produces a set of keys and tries to open the truck.
Okay. I'm closing my additional tabs in my browser here because I think that might help. Also, as I recall, Video Ninja has issues with Firefox. So I think if I copy my thing here and open up in Google Chrome, I'll stop losing you. Also, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I just now remembered that. Opera or Chrome?
I don't think it does anything for Opera. I think Opera is like a no-go right now for Video Ninja.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm opening up Chrome now anyway.
Okay.
So.
Fun times, y'all.
What
are you? So you're looking for a key, right?
I found the key.
Okay.
I'm just gonna see if it works on the truck or if it's some other random key. I don't fucking know.
None of y'all know how to hotwire a car? Come on.
No, I'm a nerd.
Sasha is a lot of things. Not that kind of criminal. Just straight up murder.
Yeah, at any given time, one person would be like sort of blinking in and out, and that was basically impossible to like conversate with anybody.
Is it better now?
Then I remembered, hey, you're not supposed to use Firefox with Video Ninja. So,
sir, the key. Does it work?
Yeah, but a few things happen sort of en route to grabbing the key. The first thing is you'll notice as you sort of like flip over a body rummaging through for one of the keys, and you have to find any one of 2 keys actually because there's 2 vehicles, right? And then you have to match the key to the right vehicle, and it becomes like a little like Silent Hill / Resident Evil style puzzle. For some reason, one key has an angel on it that's looking to the left, and the other key has an angel on it that's looking to the right, and the ignitions have devils that are missing corresponding like horns. I'm kidding. That's just making fun of the ridiculousness of the situation. Those of you out there who enjoyed that small tangent / joke, you're my friend now because that was awesome, even if my party hates me for it.
I'm too tired to process humor.
Oh, I'm very tired as well. Hence the weird Resident Evil / Silent Hill puzzle joke. The basically as you like sort of flip one body over, you hear it's like radio sort of in the helmet, like sort of like you hear a voice on the other side, and it's just kind of like a squawky sort of assertive thing that you can't quite make out like words on account of it being an earpiece, but you can hear it coming through.
With heightened senses, can I tell what it's saying?
Actually, I suppose with heightened senses, you can exactly hear everything verbatim and in perfect clarity. Pardon me. No dice, no rolls necessary. This is exactly what heightened senses is for. Essentially, like, Unit 2, come in. Unit 2, what's your status? And then it goes, like, eerily quiet. And also with your heightened senses, you hear some engines turn over sort of outside the perimeter of the cold storage that is like facility, units that you are at. And you can hear the sort of like you can almost like practically feel the sort of like the subtle fluctuations in like the sort of like heat in the air, as it is the Windy City after all. So as these like the sort of like constant salvos of like wind blasts sort of pick up some engine exhaust and heat, and all your heightened senses sort of tune into the city. And there is some sort of motorcade might be a exaggeration, but fleet perhaps. Contingent, I don't know. A number of other vehicles in the not too close close enough proximity begin sort of like firing up and groaning to life as if they are themselves their own monsters in this city of darkness. And they begin sort of like getting into motion, and you can, like I said, with this sort of your heightened senses, your skin, your the little like sort of hair follicles and stuff like that, they can your hackles, as it were, almost seem to sort of like tune into this like their radio waves, and you're just sort of, you can almost imagine this spiral of motion around the perimeter. You manage to handle about a dozen of these soldiers. You know that you can't like, it's difficult to even get like an approximation just given the distance. Many. That's how many. Like it's by your best guess, a lot.
Okay. Does anybody else in the group have heightened senses? Or is it just me? Does Rory have heightened senses? Would he have heard that? Or it's just me?
I just see ghosts.
Anyone who hasn't, some folks opted to turn off their, I believe, turn off their heightened senses on account of flashbang grenades being really bad.
Well, yeah, but I just
so you'd have to
turned them
kind of
back
like
on.
bring your heightened senses back online, and if they do, they would pick up similarly to this sort of chaos that's beginning to sort of ensue on the periphery of the area.
If Sasha takes her jacket off and tosses it into the fire, is she slightly less covered in blood?
Yeah, like you have like artful amounts of blood on like whatever undershirt now to look like an action star, right? And you're not like full carry because the way blood like would coat your skin and stuff like that, it's not like paint.
Shake it off. Do I just shake it off like a poodle and the blood goes
No,
away?
you can't just shake it off like a poodle either. But I'm just saying, you're not like you're not just like two eyes and just red,
That would be okay.
You are you are covered in you are turbo covered in blood. Do not do not mistake here. Like again, but it's still it's not like you're just like again 2 eyes and so
Sasha had an idea, but now that she hears all of these vehicles coming, she just looks at Rory, tosses him a set of keys, and says, "We gotta go." Gotta go, and she is headed towards her bike. And then she points at the keys that he's holding, and then she points to the truck. Good luck.
What is
And
Ben Sahar doing right
gets
now?
on her bike.
Well, I suppose. It's a good question because I'm not really too sure about what she's heard.
Well, you could always ask,
Yeah,
in
but
character.
like, was she like a weird message bubble above her head? Oh, I should
Yeah.
ask her a question.
Yeah, she's like, this character wants has some dialogue options.
Yeah.
Like
you have thinking face. What's going on? You've got thinking face.
Her thinking face is just her concentrating on heightened senses, and then she says, "There's a lot of them coming. Lots of cars. We gotta go."
Oh, good. All right.
Here, I found these keys. I think they belong to that
I'm
truck.
definitely not taking the van that they're gonna recognize.
I'm over with you. What do you want to do? I only have a motorcycle, and there's like 3 of us.
Well, there's oh god.
I mean, someone can ride on the pegs on the front. Someone rides on the back. Like,
well,
you could fit 4 on the bike easy.
Wow.
Not on a crotch rocket.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
First off, where are we trying to go?
Dead guy didn't.
Where are you wanting to run away to?
Zoran had a bike too, right?
Oh yeah.
Zoran did have a bike.
Do you know how to drive that? That still only accounts for 2 people.
I'm still trying to ask you where you're
That's
going.
3 or 4.
Hold on.
I don't
There's
care
only
about
3 of us.
Hold
I need to know where
on.
I'm going.
Ashley's in her Suburban somewhere across town.
I quietly tell him where Sasha's Haven is. Just somewhere.
Do you make note that it's a haven? You're just like, hey, here's an address.
She doesn't say the words haven. It's my place.
Okay. So
you want to ride with me? Ride with Sasha. Okay. Well then, I guess I probably have to pop back down into the cubbyhole to get his keys off his ashes. Presumably.
I forgot about that. Details.
Oof. So I just want to make one correction. It is Carrie/American Psycho amounts of blood. It would be a horrible mistake if I didn't fix that real quick. Okay. So we'll write
the visuals are solid.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, in that case, definitely toss her my hoodie. Here, you need this. It's definitely a Taco Bell hoodie.
So
she definitely puts it on, if only to look slightly less of a masquerade breach. Just slightly less.
I mean, there are murderers who get covered in blood. That in and of itself, like just being covered in blood isn't in and of itself a masquerade breach. I mean, it's a problem because you're covered in blood. Ripping a human in half with your bare hands would be a masquerade breach, or dodging fucking bullets faster than the speed of sound is a masquerade breach. There were all kinds of things that may have involved breaching the masquerade, but being covered in blood, actually not one of them. the putting your fangs into somebody's neck causing the blood. Yeah. However, not entirely masquerade breach if there aren't any witnesses. That being said, this is cold storage, and there is definitely CCTV.
You have guns now, though. You can shoot those cameras.
Oh yeah, you shoot them now. It doesn't mean it wipes the hard drive back in the server room where they're all wired.
Yep.
Yeah.
And basically, as the ST, say that, our mind's eye and our players' gazes are drawn up to a couple of these cameras.
For fuck's sake.
Now,
All right.
That's a problem. Before I sort of go for further or allow y'all to go further, and we're kind of like in this sort of slowed down, oh shit moment. Like just like the sort of like, when the celerity, I always think of the Quicksilver scene in the X-Men prequels, like what it must be like to have celerity. I think of Auspex sort of like similar to that, or when they show off like Peter Parker's Sixth Sense, where like he watches the like the hairs come up and he sees like the fly slow down, and it's both are sort of two sides of the same coin, hyper senses and hyper speed. You couldn't so we're in a little bit of a sort of like sensory slow-mo type thing right now, because there's a lot of information that you're taking in, the CCTV, this mobilization of the troops sort of thing, and you're having some banter besides. RP is always free unless we're like very specific. You get to talk. I'm not within reason. I just needed to track what Ben Sahar's plans were again. I'm sorry. I feel like I talked over you.
I'm a nightcrawler out this bitch.
Okay. You're going to nightcrawler out of this bitch. All right. So your plans are to nightcrawler out of this bitch. So
exactly.
You begin to bamf. Shout outs to my comic fans who know that obvious reference. So you're getting ready to bamf
anymore.
What's that?
So we're not schnickting anymore. We're bamfing.
Yeah, you're bamfing. Or thwipping. Yeah, that would be something else, right?
Save our schnickting for later.
All right. Comic automatopoeia tangent check.
Fantastic.
It's a fun word too. So
pow.
You step through a shadow and go elsewhere. Now you sort of have to like go shadow to shadow because you have to be able to see the shadow you're going to, right?
The shadow knows. We're going to the top.
Well, yeah. Well, you can throw your vision through a shadow into another. You still have to.
It's usually easier to start by going up and then away.
Yeah, those powers are still both
perception based.
Yeah. So it's interesting because you have to be able to see the shadow to cast your perception through it. But yeah, whatever.
We're testing his hunger level, buddy.
Point is it's not like indefinite. It's not like but it's sort of like you daisy chain.
We're currently at 3 hunger. We might have to have a snack on the way.
So you sort of step through a shadow. You make that sort of initial step through the shadow. A couple of the motorcycles rev to life. Have we abandoned the armor car vehicle idea?
Well, 100%. I'm not driving a recognizable vehicle.
That could be wired.
It was the armored car thing was cool until you heard all of the problems, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what yeah, so you like kind of flip the body, you hear the problem, and you're like, oh fuck this. Okay. So I'm caught up now. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah.
You hear, and as like you're sort of like you're unfamiliar with the bike you're on, Rory. So you have that moment to find the ignition. Whereas Sasha
Rory
just
found the
now,
key?
she knows. Yeah, like I'm
Hold
giving
on.
it. Yes.
Hold on. He's unfamiliar with that bike. Is he familiar enough with Sasha's bike to be able to drive it. He's more familiar with Sasha's
He is
bike.
certainly more familiar. Yeah, if you want to do a little bit of a hot potato with the bikes, yeah, you can certainly do that. I was just
It's a
doing
motorcycle. I'll be okay.
As the Neo long delay, as I say, as the Neo Zoran, so it's like a little Matrix reference. As the Neo Zoran, it's only appropriate that he drive Zoran's bike, right, and carry Zoran's guns and have Zoran's heart. I mean, there's a whole thing going on here. And Zoran's girl, like, damn, man.
You just straight up took over another dude's life. Oh man.
Pretty soon he's gonna be cutting his hair the same, wearing the same
Say
suit.
it like it's first time.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I can't unthink it. Thanks. I'm
but
crying.
where I was going with that is, as you know,
They were
Rory's
gonna
just
kiss it
taking that
out.
extra couple seconds to get his motorcycle going beyond Sasha. Not that Sasha has peeled away. Sasha, you're still sitting there for this. We've only
No, I'm waiting. Well, I've made sure that I've communicated for going to my place.
Yeah, and
then
Ben Sahar has again begun to step through his like first shadow. He's like sort of in that like limbo.
Yeah.
Where he's like in it, but he's still, you know, his
figure it out.
perceptions are on the next shadow, but he's still straddling, you know, so he can easily, he's in the area still is the point. When you all hear this like sickening popping noise.
Sasha waits until Rory has left before
and then like a marionette sort of reversing its strings being snapped or cut, one of the bodies sort of knits itself haphazardly back together with its sinew and sort of rises up, its head still at the unnatural angle it was left in from all of the violence it endured. And a familiar to Rory voice comes through, very strained through its vocal cords. Your sire's name, who's in my notes.
Robert.
Robert's voice comes through.
Robert.
Taking my nice little, I've got the little like hotel pad here. This is what I'm taking new notes on. So these will get tossed into my notebook when I get home. But Robert's voice sort of strained, and it's, you know, it's not like a one-to-one, because using vicissitude and some other chicanery to talk through a corpse, real hard. And he sort of talks through, and he's like, a trade. A simple trade. And you all live.
I'm gonna wander over to the armored car and like while he's talking and like open the gas cap.
The stone.
Yeah, no. Absolutely not.
Then it will be your funeral again.
Yeah, maybe. Or it could be yours pretty soon. I'm gonna hop on the bike, put on my like wireless like earbud thing. I'm gonna need that in a second. Last fireball. It's going in that gas tank as I drive away.
Ben Sahar, you have a moment to witness this obvious act of brutal magic and such. He's older. He's familiar with Khaldoonism. This strikes a little bit more Khaldoonic to him. Perhaps even with a dash of infernalism.
Oh, good.
I mean,
Okay.
Koldunic magic, apart from being turbo evil, it really just had a lot to do with the earth and stuff. You know, it was pretty.
Are they just vampire hippies? Anyway.
No.
No.
So, okay, real quick.
Mhm.
Koldunic sorcerers are literally earth mages or, druids whose magic they gain from an evil entity. And what it does is it feeds on the nature around you and sucks the life out of it, and then you use it.
Okay.
Krina, which is the actual druidic version of the same thing. So there's two different versions. Koldun, not great. Krina, it's okay as long as the person using it isn't a dickhead.
Yeah. Great. So
Yeah,
as
they
for-
like Koldunism would that's where you get a lot of like the earthbound enslaved spirits, and they did some bad stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like your evil druid who's like, hey guys, I want to have fire powers like that druid. But to do it, instead of talking to the spirits, getting along with the spirits, or doing anything like that, I'm going to make the spirit do it.
So that's
there's
bad, right?
it sort of accelerated entropy. And one of the sort of telltale signs of maybe some Koldunism is when the body's done being used, it sort of rapidly decays and desiccates.
Ugh.
So
And
Rory
there's even a
sets off
little
an
patch of
explosion.
earth around it that basically completely withers as it collapses to the ground, looking slightly mummified and horrible.
Okay, great. So there's a dangerous explosion directly behind me as
Koldunism didn't make it into V5, hence saying this
It
is
did.
It did.
It did.
Is it in
It's in blood sigils now, but they made it more of a combination of the Krina and Koldun, so it's not quite as dark as it used to be. But they did replace it with some really pretty dark versions of old school.
I have to read this new
blood
book.
magic.
I
No,
missed this book.
Blood Sigils is a pretty legit book.
I gotta check this out. I've heard if it's got the Scott seal of approval, it's.
It might be my favorite book that they've done since Blood Gods.
We lost an Anne.
Okay, so this time it's not me.
Okay, there we go.
And she's back.
And she's back.
All right.
Guess who's back?
How excited she is.
So all the important boxes were checked, I feel, for slowing down time and letting my brain catch up to everything as well. And you sort of Koldunism. Great. Ben-Sahar continues through the portal. And
he may or may not be a 400 now. Just saying.
Excellent. Sasha revs and rolls out. Rory does the same, but after tossing his last fireball into the exposed tank of one of these things. And now you get to drive away from an explosion, which is what every vampire has ever wanted to do that could ever possibly cast fireball.
Exactly.
Slow walk away from the
Also,
fire.
Cool kids don't look at
Dwayne.
explosions.
I'm sorry, Rory, what did you say?
as I'm pulling away, call Dwayne.
Oh.
So,
of course he has that guy on speed dial.
So you say call Dwayne, and we sort of hear that as a voiceover as you peel out. We begin to hear sirens, all kinds of first responders from fire to fire rescue to police, and you hear the engines revving of some of these first light vehicles. You're not in the clear yet, but before we get there, that sort of voiceover call Dwayne. We have it's not a graphic match because it's auditory. We hear a phone ringing, but the tone is Ashley's. And that ringtone brings us to Ashley, who is sitting in the back of the Escalade, cleaning off right with her new ghoul, I think, was where we were kind of at, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Ashley, sort of looks at the phone to see, how would you have Prince Kevin Jackson in your phone? How would his name appear?
K.
Kev.
Just not Kev, just K.
K. All right. K, shows up. And it's like ringing. And let us take an early intermission so that I can go rob the convenience. What are those machines called that they have snacks in them and stuff?
Vending machine?
That's it. Because I'm very hungry. It turns out eating an entire 13-inch pizza wasn't enough.
And we told him to go get food before this, by the way.
You did.
13 is not very big.
All right,
no, it's not, but it was all, it was like a 13 inches. That's bigger. That's bigger.
And we're live.
All right. So we catch the ringing, right? And Ms. Ashley Dame sees in just like bold electric light a single letter, K. 555, whatever his number is. Do you answer it?
Yes, of course. She has to. My prince.
Mrs. Bradley.
It's been a while since you said that to me.
I don't like egg on my face.
What could you possibly mean by that?
Do you know what it looks like when someone you elevate to primogen goes on to no sooner than you've spoke the words have a catastrophe like yours? Do you know what that is called?
What did my
Mrs.
coterie mates do?
Bradley.
What happened?
Oh, not your coterie mates, Mrs. Bradley. You are the one.
Okay.
Throw an
Please.
egg on my face.
I'm not throwing eggs on your face. Sir.
I have some picture shows here to the contrary.
Picture shows?
Trying to use your colloquialisms. That you
I
might
have
be-
evolved since my teenage years.
and devolved apparently as well. I do not wish to discuss this further over the phone. In person, tomorrow evening.
Perfect.
The usual place on the docks.
Fine. I will see you there.
Promptly. Midnight.
Of course.
And then the other line, the end of the line goes dead before you can even get out your response.
Great.
Despite your low humanity, you can feel maybe your blood moving, going colder than it should be, maybe hot. I don't know how Ashley might feel, but the gravity of PKJ can be felt even over the phone call. And there was a threatening air to him that you haven't felt or heard in a long while. What do you do next?
Look at the phone. Then look at the other phone. Pick up the other phone. Go to that little text that she sent before. I hope you're satisfied.
I will
Send.
be. Yeah. Get a response. I will be.
Yeah. She'll slip the other phone into her purse. And then message the group chat. Do you still need my help?
It is here where we'll follow the unresponded to, maybe in the inner coat pocket of Rory's jacket, we can see the light, message received blinked as he sways with on the motorcycle, and First Light's finest set of a few armored vehicles along with their own sort of motorcycle fleet are sort of in tow. And we're going to have ourselves a good old-fashioned, I think, 4th edition called it a skill challenge. It was a system I came up with for arm wrestling and riffs, essentially, because there were rules for it. It's all D percentile. The best systems are D20 plus D percentiles, I'm told. And so the coterie needs to shake first light. And we're going to do some, you know, there's some ROLE playing, of course, to be had as you traverse the cityscape. But you need to back it up with some ROLL playing as well. And to do so, since it's all three of you trying to escape, we're going to need, go with a best of 5. Okay.
Okay.
And you have various skills that you can use to shake them. Until each skill has been used, you can't repeat a skill. So one of them is going to be drive, denoting that like somebody's piloting their bike really, really well, right? One of them is going to be streetwise. You know a really good route to get through the city. One of them is going to be etiquette, because I always love forcing in etiquette where it doesn't belong. This denotes that you like have a like some like kindred friend or something like that you pull rank on to like be a distraction, or like, you know, like you know, like send a text real quick to one of your basement Gnosis to do something.
I am making a phone call as we're going away.
Right.
I
You do.
that could play in.
I have 2 dots in etiquette and a dot in drive with a specialization in motorcycles.
Yeah, you can you can default, quote unquote, you can roll any attribute by itself. Again, you can do it once. So dexterity, you can roll just your dexterity. You have to describe to me why your dexterity is relevant in the chase scene naturally. Okay. Or whatever it is, if it's manipulation or whatever, you know, maybe you wink at one of the motorcycle pilots, you know.
I flash some tit.
Yeah, you flash. Yeah, you flash. You flash.
It's manipulation subterfuge. It's just seduction with tits out.
Yeah. Dumb titties, just boom, and then like and you
then
have the
I
you
have
flash
a really
your
good pool
headlights
for that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I have a really good pool for seduction. It would be great if I could actually do that. It would be funny.
Well, I'll allow you to default the manipulation, and then it can be along the seductive lines. But since the skill itself isn't directly relevant to, you know, piloting a bike, although you just convinced me how it could be, so I'll allow it.
It's a drive-by flashing.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I'm adding seduction to the list. Hang on as I compile.
Okay, but I get dibs on that. I'm built for it.
I think Rory's got to roll it, though. Seduction's on the list, but Rory's got to roll it.
No! I'm dead. Is your manipulation at least good?
2?
No, that's the second time I've asked about lying or manipulation, knowing exactly what the answer would be.
Man, this sheet here is not
okay, but
enough.
Okay. Can I try to flash some first lighters to see if the boobs will help?
Dumb boobs. It's my experience that boobs often help every situation. Yeah. So you
no
can
way they can make it worse.
You can opt to roll any straight attribute in lieu of any skill roll, but you have to explain to me why.
Okay.
Athletics is on the list. Brawl is also on the list.
Oh my god.
Drive naturally. Firearms is on the list. Brawl. If I put brawl on the list and then opens it to melee, brawl or melee, you can't use both. Okay, so it's brawl or melee. So whoever gets to one or the other, right?
Yeah.
That's like classic, like full throttle. Like you hit him with a chain or something like that, or you know.
I'm gonna manipulation.
Yeah, I put subterfuge on the list because you convinced me. Technology is on the list.
Awareness?
Subterfuge is on the list too now. Let's fucking go.
I'll put awareness on the list, okay? All right.
Roll
So
for sexy?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Roll for sexy?
Yeah, roll for sexy. All right.
Okay.
So the list is, and I can repeat it. I'm sure I'll have to repeat it a couple times, but basically it's drive, streetwise, etiquette, seduction, athletics, either melee or brawl, firearms, technology, and awareness. And by seduction, I meant subterfuge. Okay, so that's the list. You can substitute in a default role of an attribute if you'd like to instead explain to me. Now, this is ROLE playing. I expect that, I usually like narrate, like when you roll one of them, I kind of explain, how it might look or what you do. Feel free to explain how you use your firearms or whatever.
Shit, I forgot my stunning dice. I should probably add that. It's a sexy check. Let's go.
It's a best of 5. You know what? No, this is harder. This is a fleet. This is going to be a best of 7. I went with 5 because I didn't want it to overstay its welcome, but I'm going to go with a best of 7. So you're going to need 4 successes. It's the, NBA playoffs, best of 7. We'll go with that. I like sports ball, so I'm going to go with the best of 7 that way.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Go first. No, I was just gonna say who's doing the thing first.
I'm going to make Ben Sahar go first.
Sweet.
So it's a best of 7. I have a difficulty for sort of like it is a set difficulty that you're trying to beat. It's a static. It's the same number that you have to beat each time for the difficulty of shaking the first lighters. Okay. Should you fail this, if you fail 4 rolls before you succeeded 4 rolls, well, then things get more interesting.
New Chronicle, who dis?
New Chronicle it is. No, it's the adventure just goes a different direction. We're gonna fade to black, and then we open up on y'all in the pit with Ashley's Sam too, and then you're all just like, and now Ashley has to rescue all 3 of you or something. I don't know. I don't bank on my players failing.
I mean, okay.
I've done it before. I can rescue myself.
As you contemplate the list, Ben, Rory did make that phone call sort of before the heat was on to everyone. So I really want, let's resolve the phone call quickly. It was just a good transition point to Ashley real quick. So we'll resolve that phone call and then basically, yeah. So you're on the phone call. We don't have first lighters have gone into their sort of active mode, but they aren't exactly on your heels yet. The just how fucked the coterie is hasn't become apparent just yet. You have a phone call.
Somewhere between fucked and turbo fucked.
I'm in the middle of a raid. Make it quick.
So were we, but we got raided by First Light. I need your help, bud.
Terrible name for a video game faction.
For sure, but yeah, I rattle off the
mouse and keyboard clickings in the background.
Yeah, rattle off the address for Zoran's Haven. I need all of the cameras around that place scrubbed ASAP, please and thank you. And I think we're about to get chased, so if there's something you could do about that, that'd be great too.
They're not on the network. They're a closed network. CC, closed circuit.
Sure. Yeah. But I mean, I call you and you talk to the other guys. I can't do it myself. I'm running away.
I'm gonna have to send in I already overbreached for the last one. I'm gonna have to talk to one of the other guys. Fine. He just
I love you too, Dwayne.
4 dots in basement Nosferatu, and we couldn't have Nosferatu who aren't with each other.
Just those two. The other ones get along mostly, but you got to have some flavor to the basement Nosferatu politics, you know. And these two just happen to personify. Rather than me play 16 Nosferatu right now, I just have these two, and then like they sort of like have the two. They're like the 16 Nosferatu are split right down the middle. They're either like Camp Dwayne or Camp Wretch right now, and so they're really just like this sort of like embodiment of the conflict and the fact that it's really to just sort of like imply that there's a lot more personality to all the Nosferatu, you know. And you use just these two
politics. In Ashley's basement, they're doing their own version of politics.
Well, they're like having a rap battle right now. Like you don't know about it, but like as soon as they get off the phone, there's like some sort of rap battle.
Like 8 Mile or whatever, like in that movie.
Eminem versus K Diggs. Yeah.
I'm old.
There is no. So he Eminem raps the song like, you know, in the moment or whatever. Blah blah blah. Blah. There's a line in there where he says there is no Mekhi Phifer. His rival when he is rapping that song is a character played by Mekhi Phifer.
That's so good.
Yeah. I've not watched that.
And he's in the audience when he says the line, and the camera cuts to him, and it like kind of blows my mind every time I think about that. I'm just like, but there is a Mekhi. What? How does Rabbit like? No.
It's pretty hilarious. All right.
So you basically hang up, and that's about the time that like some first lighters like fucking Twisted Metal style. This is actually one of the big like ATV, like the six or 8-wheeler type things, you know, like busts up over a car monster truck style and peels out behind you, Rory, because you are our POV for this scene as we come in.
Sweet fuck.
And then like motorcycles peel out, like ramp off and peel out, and you know, classic like sleek, you know, head to toe jet black. I have a wonderful idea on what etiquette does if anyone chooses to roll etiquette. It's a great idea. You are essentially doing meanwhile. So, you know, we have like on one street view, we have, you know, Sasha sort of in the lead a little bit, and she can kind of see in her peripheral, plus her heightened senses. She almost has like her own little, you know, Grand Theft Auto, like HUD, you know, because she's so like hyper aware right now. She can pick up on like, you know, that there's a car on that side street. Like you can hear it getting closer, you know, like your senses are heightened. So you have, we actually have more than 5 senses for really real as humans. So as a vampire with heightened senses via auspex, you sort of have this like sort of like really like sort of souped up sort of awareness, like almost daredevil, like not full sonar or whatever thing, not like that, but you're really keyed into the fact that this is an ambush and they're beginning to close in on you and close off the gaps. You've already, you know, sort of communicated with Rory, and you give him that just sort of knowing glance back through your Carrie mask that like shit's getting rough. You maybe can yell back at him if you'd like, but anything you yell at him, first lighters could potentially hear. So keep that in mind should you choose to scream things at him while you're navigating your bike. And as we're about to roll our dice, Ben Sahar is sort of doing, I guess, like the Spider-Man or equivalent of leaping through shadows, you know? Like, you're not, like, swinging or anything like that, but it's like, you know, and you just kind of, like, sort of, like, jaunt ahead, shadow, and, like, it's just, like, the most awesome, like, you know, almost like anime Spider-Man travel, you know, whatever. I have a really awesome vision in my mind's eye, and I invite anyone watching, listening, and certainly the coterie to just like imagine. Just it's awesome. but you have an aerial view. This is a city after all. Chicago's, the second city. It's one of our biggest. So it's a big city. So you have a really good aerial view. But that also allows you to be aware of the fact that First Light's deployed some drones as well, to kind of like track you and some other stuff. Okay, so we're going to go into our skill challenge rather than like straight up, just have you guys describe running away, so that we add some stakes via the dice. And feel free to, again, narrate anywhere in here. So, Ben Zahar, you're up. I cannot hear you.
When I start getting to the location that's kind of far-ish or high-ish, I was going to start looking for like apartments of some kind.
Okay.
Because I'm going to go inside and I'm going to use awe and etiquette, I guess, to go hang out in somebody's apartment for a little while and catch a snack on the way. Because 4 hunger is going to make this a little treacherous. Turns out if I fail one of these and just decide to then jump off a roof and attack people is probably not a good look.
Okay.
Ben Zahar goes on a snack break.
I love the use of etiquette. Like, it's the vampire Lestat, like, showing up at your door. Because he's a very, like, debonair vampire, right? Like, he knows etiquette. He understands propriety. He's just also going to eat you. And that's kind of what happens. Like, Mom, there's a strange man with a weird sword at the door. And then just they're all in awe, like, and then, some, like, annoying teenager,
It's also a fun time to also use the awe or presence ability. So if you use the edifice, so you can make a entire building resonate awe, daunt, etc. And then everybody on this floor becomes my friend and helps become cover.
God, that's like so deliciously evil too. Like, I can imagine like a couple first lighters, like in their, I call them ghillie suits, but they're not. Ghillie suits are very, very big. These are actually sleek, like sneaking suits, like trying to find you, and there's so many like innocent targets between, and oh my God, this is a perfect use of etiquette. Like, you have table manners and stuff like that.
These are all my friends.
Yeah, so go ahead. You can go ahead and add your awe dice, provided you rouse, and then go ahead and roll your etiquette. And I have checked etiquette off the list.
Well, this is interesting.
Hmm.
It's 8 with a messy critical. I don't know what kind of love these people are giving me right now.
So
the messy kind.
Yeah. This just went from a dinner to Girls Gone Wild.
So I just
It's a real good time.
I think you can use your imagination of, like, you go into one of these rooms and, like, what was
Am I
this
cosplaying as Sasha right now?
What's that?
Am I cosplaying as Sasha right now?
Yeah.
You found yourself an Eyes Wide Shut?
Yeah.
It's a threesome with a mom and her daughter.
You do an amazing job of, like, sort of like temporarily at least shaking the first light, because it's one success in a pile of successes we need, by like sort of like stepping to the shadows, like you're on this like vantage point, like all of the Crow, or pick your favorite edgy person surveilling, and then you step into a shadow, like on like some scaffolding nearby or whatever, and then you step out the shadow of a window you're peering in this apartment building across the way. And momentarily there's like, some gasping, but like your awe starts to kick in, and, like a few neighbors, and you knock on one particular door, and like everyone is just like, oh, like, they're treating you like an old friend come to visit, the whole building, and they're just, and you are so fucking smooth nobody hears the screams. Well, no, I mean the vampire's kiss isn't usually.
This is an alien.
Well, this is a messy critical, so yeah, like this is like
We got a
Utah's.
sock on the door.
What was that?
There's a sock on the door.
Yeah, there's a like your beast.
Of
Box
course,
to
there's a
get
sock on
bloody.
the door.
Well, so Ben Zahar's got something else going on in the battle of his beast and his humanity.
You have Ben, his beast, the thing he hates most in the entire world, and its beast. And everyone's bad decisions. There's lots going on. I'm very Malkavian at this point.
Yeah. So
But
there's an argument inside your head, and as like the door closes behind you type thing, and you're gonna go ahead and roll willpower because you're at 4 hunger to make sure that you don't drain somebody dry, or you do. I mean, it's really, you don't have to not. I mean, I guess you don't have to like try not to drain somebody if you don't want to.
It's like at that point though, it's like, do I also have a weird thing like wanting a blonde guy in my head because of Mithras having this weird venture
Oh, I think
preferences?
Mithras is. What's that?
I said, and all I need now is venture preferences, and I just have the perfect milkshake of something.
I think Mithras is like kind of, for Mithras's part, I think he's just kind of cackling as Ben Sahar loses control a little bit.
3 successes.
And you even see like Ben Sahar's shadow as like the door closes and like some of the lights from inside. It's not like a humanoid shadow that's cast. You can see the sort of like uncanny valley mask slip a little bit as Ben Sahar's shadow contorts into some just otherworldly sort of winged creature, monster, right?
That guy. Boom. Etiquette.
Etiquette. I mean, you succeed. You do get a success, but it's a messy critical. So I've tallied 1 success up here. I've checked it, etiquette off. Sasha.
Okay. I had a thought. It's a bad thought, but I had a thought.
I mean, Ben Sahar had a good thought and it went bad, so maybe your bad thought will go good.
So what if instead of seduction? No, the last time I tried trying to be nice backfired on me. Do I want to try subterfuge? Yeah, okay. Can
I was
I?
gonna say, I feel like you argued successfully for subterfuge, and I put it on the list, and you want to,
I know. I was just thinking. Okay, so Sasha doesn't even look a little bit sexy with all that blood all over her, right? Like
You're wearing a Taco Bell hoodie. You're gorgeous.
No, there's nothing sexy about this. Okay, so what I want to do is what I'd like to do is activate awe. And then I would like to be essentially so sexy, so fucking hot that they all get distracted within my, like, whoever's paying attention to me will get distracted and crash their vehicle or something.
Because they all get boners. Because they all get boners.
They all get really distracted. Okay.
You guys are very easily distracted. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. You could be wearing a garbage bag and then get distracted.
Yeah.
Okay,
Boners. Boners everywhere. Makes them crash their motorcycles.
And hit the shifter and crash their van.
I heard you like boobs. Okay. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so okay, hold on. Does my presence get added onto this if I use awe on top of my?
Do you have an ability that adds your presence?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, awe. Does awe count?
Yeah, go ahead.
Person? Okay, sweet. I got a real stupid dice pool. Hopefully, it's good because I have no willpower.
Make it a messy critical.
Not helping, Michael.
I hope not. That's fucked.
Just messy boners.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
Rory, Michael, read the content warning again.
Sexual content. We said sexual content.
Yeah.
And blood.
He's covered in
And
blood.
blood.
And now
Yeah.
And blood.
And violence. Yeah.
Blood,
Okay.
sex, and violence. There you go.
It's a good song too.
So I rolled 12. I rolled 12 dice and got 7 successes. There better be a whole bunch of boners for this. I rolled 7 successes. No crits though. I feel really sad. I only had half a crit. I was like, no.
Yeah, like, you know, some of them ease up on their speed. Some of them like have that like uncanny valley thing where they're just like, I'm not supposed to like this, but I do. One person discovers that they had a kink they never knew about. Like, it's a whole.
Hot chicks on bikes. Let's go.
It's enough for them to like pull off the throttle, or like one even tips their bike or like goes into some garbage cans or something.
Naked Carrie. That I
She
didn't
just-
know I liked this before.
Oh
One of them's about to find out they're into knife play or whatever it's called.
man. She's covered in blood, but she winks at them.
So many confused
Okay.
owners.
All right.
The
Oh
best
my.
kind.
Am I in fear? Am I aroused? What am I?
Fear out.
Could be all of
Caroused.
You
Am I
could be all of.
Caroused.
Am I aroused?
Both
Is it
caroused.
both?
Hey, some people are into that. Okay. I think
Rory.
is that a success? Did I
Yeah.
succeed?
Yep.
Cause any accidents of people crashing into each other. That's the important part.
If you had had a critical, non-messy,
Okay. I did not. I had
No.
half a crit and it made me sad.
or like gotten double digits, somebody would have like full on crashed. I don't know.
I had to try.
Well, no, I said one crashed into garbage cans and stuff.
We're 2 for 2. Let's go, Michael.
Also, the wrong time to be eating Cinnabons. I don't know if you know, but like the stuff on top of Cinnabons looks very suggestive.
Supposed to be a
Ew.
messy bonus.
Most of them are critical.
Let's go.
Hey, I did turn on the content
content
warnings for Twitch. So
Hey, we're legit. We're on the up and up.
Exactly.
yeah, Mr. Twitch. We're on the up and up.
No inappropriate
But yeah,
content.
okay.
here.
So they're currently not like directly on our asses, right?
Man.
Distracted
Yeah.
by Sasha.
All right, Rory, you're up, man.
They're not like right behind us yet, right? They're still a little.
I mean, it's you know, like
Yeah.
it's an ebb and flow to it.
Yeah.
It's a constant chase. You can imagine this taking several, minutes, and
I think I'm gonna go for
tire
awareness
being
and
exchanged.
try to like spot like a small alley shortcut or something I can just dart through.
This is with awareness.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
What is
Only-
my
It's only
Wow,
downhill
dude.
from here. Actually, no. True.
3 Let's go. Oh barf. Okay. Well, that's 3 successes, and I rolled 3 bestial failures.
Ugh. You're like, I'm taking a shortcut, right? The classic. Like, what's your hunger at? Just for reference, by the way.
4.
Are you okay? The SC just went. Oh
So,
no.
bestial failure with an awareness at 4 hunger. You're like looking for an awesome path, right? To get through here, some sort of like, whatever. And what Rory sees is that alleyway. What your beast sees is the couple walking past it.
Nope. Uh-oh.
Rory, or should I say, your beast rolls an athletics check.
Oh no.
Athletics.
Okay.
So
Extra
remember
strength.
What's that?
The extra strength.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you're better at. Athletics
Okay.
is your horse piece, whether you're doing more of like a tackle or a acrobatic maneuver,
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then regular die. Should I apply my specialization in dead ass?
Wrong ass. Wrong
Not
ass.
this time.
Abort!
Oh, delightful. 2 successes, another bestial failure.
Oh, this is great.
I just got this 9 humanity. It's still like shiny new and clean.
Well, go ahead and record a stain. Doesn't mean you're gonna.
Yeah.
As Rory just sort of like drives, and he
Damn it.
knows he has to escape, but he's so hungry, and I can just maybe if I slow down a little. Yeah, slow down a little. Maybe just grab him. Take him with. Road soda. Yeah. And you just sort of like basically like reach out your arm and just grab like the guy, just rip him up onto your bike and just fangs deep into his neck as you're like, and there's just sort of like a nice little pink mist, sort of like a vapor trail. Like when you watch, like Akira and it's got like all the tail lights, like that, except with blood. Now, you also rolled kind of bad, but it's a bestial failure in the sense that I'm going to take some narrative liberties with this. Even if you opt not to drain this guy dry, what you do is so brutish and crude and rough, he doesn't survive. Okay. So you can roll, per usual, you can roll your willpower to avoid draining them dry and killing them that way.
I mean, yeah. 6.
So
And your
cursed.
dice are marvelous.
They're so cursed. That's what they are.
That was already bad, and it went
Having
from
a bad,
to
I'm having a bad.
worse. Just like-
2.
Bro.
It's difficulty 2 for the willpower.
Okay.
Oh, thank the Christ.
I'm gonna buy you new vampire dice the first time we meet in person. I swear to fucking God.
You drive, so you sort of like your beast sort of, it takes over. You just sort of reach out and you see the alleyway, and Rory wants to take that shortcut, but your beast sees the couple, and you drive past and just snatch up the guy and tear into his neck. And you do it so you manage to like get your wits about you just long enough as you do like a couple dots of hunger. But you're so rough and stuff, it basically gets like, you know, the worst. You just whiplash and it sort of like snaps his neck.
Oh shit. Oh god.
That's the bestial failure on the athletics. It's just there was no grace, there was no like sort of shift of momentum proper. You just and just tear into him. You barely hang on to him as you feed, and you just kind of inertia gonna be a bitch, you know, like he's just twisted by all kinds of like competing forces of physics, you know, and you sort of
Like-
almost
Oh fuck.
yeah.
So that's two hunger.
I'll let you take 2 hunger because again, pink mist and like, yeah. By the way,
Looks
that
like-
was,
Well, I suppose that.
I mean, that was pretty metal though.
Looks like Scott and I are carrying the skill
I mean, like-
challenge. Really, I made Scott smile.
So
I
we got
mean,
one
if it
failure.
were, we'd roll a cult here, we'd be.
We got 1 failure and 2 successes. You have a stain for obvious reason. I am a merciful ST, so I didn't auto lose you the humanity this time.
I'd appreciate that. Yeah. I haven't even had a chance to digest food yet. I can't lose it. I can't lose this.
Imagine the ST being like, you know that gift I just gave you? LOL,
Yoink.
just kidding, taking
Dude.
it back.
I didn't LOL, just kidding, take it away. His dice went lol, we're taking this. That was not me.
No, the dice said you can't have nice things like food.
I even put a buffer on it by making it a stain instead of an auto loss. Am I not a merciful lord? You know, Ramsey or Xerxes, right?
We'll see. The shit isn't over yet.
All right.
Ben Sahar. I believe in
Take it
Ben
away,
Sahar.
Ben.
Sahar emerges like from a shadow out on a balcony across the way. What's your next dice roll? He is also he's in his
He's
thoughts.
dabbing his chin
I
with
guess
a napkin.
It's some sort of like
Very
Harry
politely.
appreciation night, you know? Like all 3 of you now look well like fucking vampires.
Oh god. It's like some kind of horror movie marathon.
This is great. This is like would be like a good act 3 crescendo, you know, into the yeah.
We just went to the horror meetup group. It's movie night. We're all
Oh yeah, you know,
They
there's
act
walks and
TB and
stuff.
J in
That's
about
the thing.
half an hour. Be like, so you remember when I said it wasn't the coterie? Well, it is. It's them now too.
okay. Right. I want to see what
That's a hard die roll.
Go Ben, go.
Hmm.
I want to see Betzahar also roll seduction to subterfuge, like seduction, to see what happens.
No, you can't
No,
roll.
but I mean-
no, those are off the.
No, but I mean, the next time it comes around, I want to see him do
Nope,
it.
we've got drive, streetwise,
So you said a couple
athletics,
bikes
melee
have
/
fallen
brawl,
over.
firearms.
Who is left to follow them?
I'm sorry, what's that?
How many people are still following them?
I mean, it's a sort of a clusterfuck. Many. It's again, this is a sort of narrative like chase. It's people coming in and out. You're ramping vehicles. We're just adding in the dice rolls for like particular moments where the camera stops and catches the chase. You know, and I got to refresh because I just got a message that I need to check my Wi-Fi again. So hang on a second.
I'm resisting the urge of grabbing one of these
suck.
people and throwing them out the window onto the front car, so they stop, and then jumping down and fighting people.
Yeah. And I mean, I've got shotguns. So many shotguns. I'm packing. No, I have exactly one shotgun. I also have a dot and
I
drive.
forgot. Sorry. I don't know why it mutes you whenever you come in.
I don't know. So Ben Sahar, what are we rolling? I like the throw a person onto the lead car.
That's why I was asking how many cars there are, because it's like most people's reaction when something is dropped in the front of their car is to stop, or at least try to figure out what it is.
Yeah, no, that'd be an
It's like
appropriate
toss a
melee
person down
roll.
there and then go. But then I'm like, how many people are down there? How many times can Meth actually fail Daunt this time?
I am marveling over my dice rolls from the last session, by the way.
Can we really kill 36 first light this time and up the ante of the 12? How many people can we murder in one span of a week?
So many people
at this point. A weeknight. One night still.
Yeah, but I'm figuring there's gonna be more violence later in the week if we don't die.
Right. If you like a brawl, or athletics would I think cover throwing somebody onto the hood of the lead car and causing.
Yeah, we're throwing somebody.
Okay.
Can't help it. That's what potence is for, right?
That's right.
Would you say you want to do athletics and what? Athletics and dex?
Yeah, like doing like a shot put or discus with a person.
All right,
a javelin with a human.
Rolls first, because that's relevant. Oh. Okay, real quick too. How much did we get any willpower back from last session of this session? Okay. Good to know. Now we're playing music Danger Zone.
Danger Zone. Sorry, couldn't help myself.
It's like a dark industrial techno remix of it.
It's just EDM.
Danger Zone.
So it's gonna be 8 with a messy critical again.
A messy critical.
And then 2 dice for my potence, so he hits really hard.
I'm gonna say this just to stay in theme. I'm gonna say this guy explodes like a Gallagher watermelon on the hood of the lead car. Just like you grab one of the the ninja ghillie suit dudes, who's been like tailing you and like scaling walls and just like he's so fucking cool because he actually managed to like make it through that building, and not like lose you unlike the rest of his peers. He's like, man, this new suit is great. I can jump 10 times the distance of a normal, like the most athletic human. And he's just so, it's got like a little, synthetic muscle weave in it that helps us like be stronger and faster. And he just like leaps and you catch him midair and just hurl him down at the vehicle. And he, again, Gallagher splats. Sasha.
I would like to. Okay, so is there anyone on the road that is like relatively close to me that's like behind me, tailing me or whatever? Like they're everywhere, right?
Yeah, again, there's an ebb and flow of this. You turn this is just like this doesn't just take place over the course of 4 turns.
Yeah.
This is minutes.
I would like to, at this point, roll up next to a vehicle and try to shotgun the driver as I'm pulling up.
As one does.
And I would
You might
like
need to do one of those
I would like
cool, like, go ahead.
I would like to use the thing that I spent so much time saving for, unerring aim. I'm gonna rouse for it.
Okay.
And I succeed. Thank goodness. And then I would like to rouse again for more dice and succeed to that. So I surge and add the dice to that. And roll 5 successes. No crits.
So a
Against
5
the
actually ties my difficulty that I had set for all of these.
Okay, but does unerring aim help it reduce the
Yes.
difficulty?
I'm sorry. So you are actually rolling against a difficulty of 1 instead
and
of
I rolled
or a
5
defensive
successes.
1 or whatever. So they all go through essentially damage wise. So what effectively happens is you do one of those like really cool wheelie things where you like whip around, you know, and the car keeps going, and you put the shotgun like in the little slotted armor of the thing and just shoot in and blow the guy's head off. That vehicle proceeds to like lose control, careen, and go sideways as you sort of whip back around and pick up your momentum.
Yep.
It is. Now you have all succeeded, which means you unlock the cut scene that helps where like now we don't have to roll dice. You just you know continue narrative mode, driving away, having close calls, so on and so forth, and then and then you see one of the other vehicles tire just disappear, and then you hear the gunshot. Because with a really long range sniper rifle, the bullet actually gets there before the sound. So and then we can see someone like in a business suit. Basically just imagine like the coolest version of Mercy, like Lex Luthor's right hand. Just like you see like up, and she's just sitting up on like one of the there's one of the buildings, and she just shot out the tires of one of the thing. And then you see a matte black 1969 Pontiac GTO, the Judge, come peeling around one of the corners. And the coolest scene from one of the coolest scenes for John Wick, the door opens, you see like a blur, the flash of a katana twice as 2 people get taken off of their motorcycles, and then the door closes and he's back inside of his car, like driving alongside. You see Dante roll down his window, and he looks at Rory, who's guns and box and all that stuff, and motorcycle even. Follow me, he says. Ben Sahar, you recognize that exact vehicle, and there just so happens to be the way the way the street lights are like at the angle of the vehicle casts a perfect shadow in the passenger seat that you can like just sort of end up, you know, sort of like, you know, just in one blink of an eye, you're not there, and then just sort of as the vehicle shifts a little bit, drifts a little bit more, you're suddenly in the seat next to your old friend Dante.
The rest of us haven't seen Dante yet, right?
Sasha has.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean with the rest of us. Like Sasha met him, but the rest of us haven't. If I recall correctly.
Yeah, Sasha met him. Ben Zahar already knows him.
But
yeah, the dude just,
I guess
like,
me, and this is the me of it all.
He just moved fast enough to Tokyo.
But Rory is
wait for it. He just
Yeah.
moved fast enough to Tokyo drift and ghost ride his GTO, cut up 2 dudes, and get back in before it flipped over.
Yeah, after what just happened with that poor probably college, Rory is just on autopilot as the tears are streaming like in the wind, and just follows.
What we didn't see is moments before Sam 3 received GPS coordinates direct to his phone. From like a contact or something. He's got many contacts essentially, so Dante would have went through one of his contacts, and he's like, "Miss, I think we're gonna make a pit stop before returning home." He like says as he puts away his phone, reading the concerned look on your face.
That's fine. I trust your judgment and whatever is going to happen. Make a note also to get the Chanel suit dry cleaned tomorrow.
Absolutely, madam. Absolutely.
The white one. The white one.
Chanel white.
No, X that. It's the Tom Brown white suit.
It's and we will sort of like have the Escalade like already parked on a nice little like at the edge of a nice little rail bridge, that like a kind of dilapidated rail bridge looking thing, in a sort of a section of that's actually like surrounded by wilderness, and there's these little patches. It's not quite like Milwaukee, but for visual, we'll have a nice little. We need a nice little aerial point, so we have this like old rail bridge and stuff like that. That's in a little bit more of a residential, pseudo residential area. The Escalade's parked, and we've got the GTO sort of sideways. Mercy comes up on her own motorcycle shortly after. I think Dante's love of classic cars and classic vehicles would have rubbed off on her, so she's riding a classic Indian was the make of it, so just like a really old school like 1969 or it would be like a 1960. What is it? I can't remember the era. Roughly from the same era of his, in a red and cream, whereas his is the matte black. And the rest of the motorcycles pull up, and you're all just kind of sitting in there. Kill your engines.
Ashley gets out of her car.
You saw Dante at the club, but you didn't talk to him.
Yeah, just kind of he breezed by.
Yeah.
High up this bridge.
So, 10-foot, 12-foot clearance underneath it. It's not particular.
It's not very okay.
You know what? Actually, like no, this is one of the big ones that goes over one of the tributaries, one of the rivers that comes out of Lake Michigan. So it's up there.
What's going on? Why do you all look like shit?
First light happened. her how they found us.
Rory just gets off the
always find
bike,
you.
lets it fall, and just wanders to the edge of the bridge and just stands there.
Don't do anything stupid, Rory.
Too late.
Nonetheless, I will ask later how, and she's pointing at Dante, the only one that she recognizes out of the group. I will ask later how you have my driver's number. Who the fuck are you? She's now pointing at Ben Sahar. And who are the rest of these motherfuckers? Also, First Light?
I really want to call it there on account of how tired I am and how late it is and how juicy this role play is going to be.
Perfect.
So
20 more minutes, Dad.
I'm sorry. No, it's better to leave people wanting more, so we'll call it there. And
I'll pull the tears back.
Oh no.
Oh, you wasted good actor tears by
I just fine.
he'll conjure them back up. We'll have more
Yeah.
time. We'll set a scene properly. We'll get into it. We'll have some proper RP.
That's a fun question when you get asked, "Who are you?" I don't know.
Who the fuck
Sasha. It is important to note that Sasha is glaring at Dante the entire
Good.
time.
Oh,
She doesn't
so
say
you have,
anything.
You have like a little bit of like a weird sort of like dramatic standoff because Dante's looking at Ben Sahar and there's like he's got his thumb with his like katana like on the Suba and like he's got the katana like extended just a little bit as he eyes up Ben Sahar. Like you're like who the fuck are you? First Light, we're having this whole thing and Dante's kind of like not really talked because he's been like staring at his friend who's supposed to be like dead or in the ass crack of Cthulhu. And Dante has just enough aspects to see in the dark and see evil shit. Sense the unseen, as it were.
Can I
Cthulhu's
Can
in his ass right
add
now.
that Ashley puts up mind mask? I think I have to roll for that. So hold on, let me make sure that I can.
Meanwhile, Mercy's like she's gone over to the back of the judge of the GTO and she's put the attaché case that her rifle, like her 50 cal sniper rifle's been broken down into, and she puts it into the trunk.
Okay, I don't get anything, but yeah, basically she's covering up anything that might give off bad vibes because of
all those sweet
what happened
sweet
just a
diablerie
couple of
things
hours.
that you definitely don't have.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't cover up the black aura or the black veins in your aura when people aspect you. Or can you? Ooh,
Yeah.
you can. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can with mind mask, the vampire can craft the illusion of completely different persona, hiding their true thoughts and feelings to anyone who uses supernatural abilities to read their mental state, aura, thoughts, or similar. Those who look into their minds see only what the user wants them to see, and only the most accomplished scryers can pierce this elaborate facade.
Dante's not that good with aspects. You don't need to worry about him.
She doesn't know what's going on. She knows that she's going to a thing, so she's like, you know what? Let me.
Yeah. So we'll call it there. You want to direct us through our outro?
Sure. Hey, Anne, who are you? Where are you? Why are you?
Why?
How,
I don't
Anne?
know.
Why, Anne?
I don't. I don't know. Hi, I'm Anne. Bug me on Twitter about all the shit I do because it's too much for this outro. At XO_girl wonder. Yeah, just at me because it's a lot of stuff. Also, yeah, it's fine. I'm so tired.
Same. Big same. Scott.
Yeah, Scott. Who are you? What are you? Why are you?
Ben Sahar, sort of. Possibly Malkavian.
Ben Sahorda.
Possibly I'm not gaming.
Oh my
I
god.
am starting to play Azumis again on a different game, and I'm still painting lots and lots of Chaos Demons because that's my love. When not being watching Pinhead. That's my Twitter handle.
Michael, who, what, and why are you?
Yeah. I am Michael. I have been Rory. I did a bad murder tonight.
As opposed to a good murder?
As opposed to the good murders we did last week.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're less than like 30. I mean, so we're still heroes, right?
Okay, numbers.
And you can find me online at Subbo Jalapeno, blah, 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 blah. Oh, God. I'm staying.
Meth, who, what, and why are you?
I am your usually unreliable narrator. Tonight, my internet has been unreliable as well as my preparation, in ways. But this hasn't been me at my most unreliable narration. This has been me kind of on my most sadistic, I think. I was reveling in seeing the coterie squirm tonight to get away from First Light. And just, I didn't have to really do anything but watch dice and decision making lead places. So that was pretty good. Yeah, I'm on the internet on all the social medias at Mephisto Mori. I'm just a spooky kid who grew up into a spooky dad who does all the spooky things, notably Empire the Masquerade on Tuesdays, and mental health visibility, et cetera, et cetera. I usually get that spiel. I'm a Malkavian IRL or something. I don't know.
Allegedly.
I'm actually an alleged Lich IRL. But
Malkavian Lich. There you go.
I'm really tired. Well, it's demi-lich, really. Putting the demisexual in demi-lich.
And this is my channel. This is my Twitch, not the YouTube. This is Meph's YouTube channel. Whenever you're watching the VOD, yeah, I play a lot of stuff. I'm trying to
for people.
I am playing a Thirsty Sword Lesbian on Monday mornings, and playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 lately. More Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah. Oh, and it's my birth month, so be nice to me.
Have you
birth month be nice to you?
Yeah.
Have you considered being Thirsty Lesbian Sword?
Yes, I have. My plan is we're gonna raid out to a friend of the show.
Ooh.
Distal's place. Go spam love and hype and everything like that. The alerts are not on, homies. I apologize. Anyways, we're gonna go raid Distal, go give love, hype, spam your favorite emotes, and also if you have enough points in his channel, go make him drink a fireball. Okay. We'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
All right.